Told us, Dad. I don't think it's something to do with them one day.
So just like that. And I was like, oh. But nothing.
It really
looked like
did.
A head or something, didn't it?
It looked like the bottom of a body or something.
That would have been an excellent start to the day.
I thought this was a dice, but it's not. It might be a very small mosaic tile, but it'd be nice for craft. Sit a tiny frozen charlotte on it or something.
Look at this little fella. I wonder if I can get him out without breaking him, because he looks amazing. Oh, it didn't take much. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Oh my goodness, I'm going to clean him. Oh, the water is very cold. Okay, I'm going to have to clean him properly when we get home. But look at him! That's like the most adorable bottle I've ever found. Oh my goodness.
Sort of melted marble. Or just I don't know what that is. I did find shapes. Oh, it's broken.
Oh, but we've never found a black one.
No.
Turn it around so I can see the non-broken side. Beautiful.
Clay marble. Buckle. Yep, it's an ear. Teeny tiny button. It's another ear. Hoof pipe.
That's an incredibly broken doll's leg. Oh, it's so broken. Corset fastening? Corset fastener?
It's a deer.
Bead! Oh, thank you, Beach. It's a bead. Yes. A white one. A bead.
Goodness.
Mum's just immediately after I found mine, found her own.
A blue bead.
A blue bead.
Oh, yours is a big bead.
It's a big bead, that's why I could spot it from standing up. Yay! We're not having a particularly lucky day. But maybe this is whole. Oh, it's not. That would have been the most beautiful cobalt blue little bottle, but it's not whole. Oh.
Yay!
It's quite funny. We asked the beach if we could have some limbs to rebuild some dolls for our house, and it gave us one. Yay! It looks like it's going to be a really melted bottle stop. Oh, still beautiful though. Look! Oh, it's a really funny looking cat. Oh. Is that a cat?
A sheep.
Or, I don't know, sheep don't have ears like that. Whatever it is, I love it.
What a peculiar
What a
looking
funny little animal.
Oh no, a cat. Yes,
It's
it
a
is
cat, it's a
Sorry,
cat,
I
isn't
wasn't-
it?
Yeah, it is a cat.
It's a weird looking cat. Oh my goodness, I love it.
So cute.
Oh my goodness.
Some really weird looking fish. Yeah, they've got like little faces on them and little arms and that's bizarre. Nice trees and a fence. I found a bird's face, but not on a piece of china. Oh, it's broken. Oh, the hand is broken off. It's the foot pipe. Look at the shining in the light. I'm not sure I would have seen that. It wasn't for the sun. A little cob marble.
I'm going to do a tiny bit of bead hunting now. I'm not going to show much of it because I know that we've already shown quite a lot of bead hunting, but I can't resist. So, yeah. I bought some new tweezers and I can already see my first one, which is a bright red one. I'm not going to try and find 100 or anything today. I'm just going to collect a few. Whilst I was bead hunting, I found a button, a little glass white button. A metal button, a really rusty metal button. Okay, so I was just scraping away like this, looking for beads, and I scraped this. Do we think it is going to be a whole bowl? It's looking promising. Do we think it's going to have any stem? It doesn't have a stem, but it's a whole bowl. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is a first. I was bead hunting and I found a decorative clay pipe bowl. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Wow. That's beautiful. I found a bead hunting.
That's beautiful. That's a really weird shape.
Isn't it?
I found a bead.
A bead.
I was hunting for pipes.
And then look, you found a bead and I was bead hunting and I found a pipe.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Could you put it in your pot?
I
Or
can,
because
yes.
It's too small. It's a pretty house. I wasn't going to take anything too big, but look at this. It's quite spectacular. I bet that would have been amazing, whatever it was. Would you say that or not? Very beautiful here. Very peaceful.
Someone's just found this piece of pottery with a dog's face. Look.
think.
Oh, a bit different, but
they're quite similar.
it's a cat and a dog.
Cat dog.
Cat dog. Okay. Now, what are the chances? I don't even want to. I'm just going to do it because we know. We know. Oh, for gosh sake. Why? Look, Mum.
Yeah.
And the piece of pottery was covering the head, but I knew that there was not going to be a head. It's still beautiful.
It is beautiful. The colours are beautiful.
The beautiful colours, yeah. Oh, for goodness sake. One day we'll find one like this with the head. One day. Another beautiful bit of tile. Building quite a collection now. I'll have something small to tile one day. Is it going to have... Is that a leg? Is it going to have the foot?
Yes.
No! Oh no!
I found that arm that looked
Gosh.
with no art hand.
Oh no! I saw a button too, next to your belly. Tiny little button. Oh!
What?
I picked this up thinking that it was just something for craft.
What is it?
Oh my goodness, are you ready?
Yeah. You're so good at finding the tiny
It was like
heads.
just like I thought it was like a melted piece of glass for a craft project, but it's a little. Oh my goodness, she's been in a fire, but she's beautiful. Hello.
How are you?
We said we would like a head, thank you. Oh my goodness. Here, look at her. I really thought she was just a glob of melted glass.
Tiny.
And a hoof pipe of my own.
Huh?
And a hoof pipe. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's an arm.
Yay.
Oh, a really beautiful arm. Ooh. Yeah. Really distinctive fingers on this arm. So I found another corset fastener and this lead thing. I'm not sure what it was supposed to be. To me it looks a little bit like a clock or something, but I can use it craft-wise as a clock, I think. Okay, I'm quite excited. I haven't checked yet, but can you all see it? Is it going to be whole? Oh no! It's not whole. Oh. It's still beautiful. What a shame it's not whole. Oh. Again, I mean it's probably not whole, but might as well give it a go. It is! Put these back in the holes. It's a tiny little stoneware blacking bottle, I think. Oh, that's so cute. It was whole, in perfect condition. Yay! Look how beautiful and intricate it is. To read what the words say when we get home.
There you probably would have been like a water thing with taps.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, I can see it.
It's another leg. It looks like
It's
the other
exactly the same. Oh my goodness.
Now we need an arm.
excellent.
One more arm. We can make a doll from just today. Seems to be the day of the broken limb. Fortunately. Tiny weeny bead. A button.
Small slate with the normal lines and then like graph lines, and I don't know if this is where a child's like scratching the edge of it in class when they're bored or something.
Ooh.
Is there uneven? Yeah, might be doodling.
A bored child.
Bored child.
That piece of pottery looks interesting. It's the Freemasons. Does it say Freemasons Tavern? Auction something Freemasons Tavern.
Auction Mall, Auction Mall, Freemasons Tavern. Criterion?
Freemasons.
This is a game that I always play with myself. Berry or bead? That is a very berry colour, but there aren't any berries here, so is it a bead? It's a bead! Oh, no, it's a berry!
It's a berry.
I thought it was a bead. I really thought it was a bead. Usually I can tell pretty quickly.
How fortuitous.
Oh!
How fortuitous is
Look
that?
how adorable that is. That's like something ready to just be put on the wall of Bitsy and Norma's house as it is. There's a little picture for them.
Beautiful.
That is a beautiful bead.
Look at that. It's lovely.
It's so shiny, it's so bright. I think that's the best bead of the day. And you found it. Chain. Beautiful thick chain. It's beautiful.
I think it's probably brass, maybe.
It's so thick. I wonder what it would have been from.
A watch.
Maybe from a watch. How lovely.
Oh.
Mum's just found this, what we think is probably a button, and it might have an anchor on it, but it's getting quite dark and we can't quite tell. But it is getting quite cold, so we're wrapping up to enjoy the last little bit of light. I imagine the next time we'll be here, it will be winter.
We went back to our favourite, well, we went to our favourite, this was the last trip to our favourite beach before lockdown, so it was a bit sad. But we were there for a long time, weren't we?
Yes.
Hours.
Yes.
So we went there with our lunchtime, had our lunch, and then stayed till the sun went down, as it was our last trip. So
We just missed the rain.
Yeah, we didn't really find that much for being there all day, but I think someone had already
We
been
think
there.
other people had already been there, and we still found some really lovely things, and it
Yes.
was a really lovely day.
It was.
So yeah, these are them.
These are some of the pieces of china that we found. I found some quite nice pieces. But I do like picture pottery, as you know. I think our favourites are these, and it is quite weird that Kate found this cat, which is absolutely adorable. And then I found this dog. And they look very similar. They go well together. It's quite weird. And then I found these weird looking fish creatures. Do they have faces on them?
Yes.
Bizarre things. Totally like tadpole faced things. Some legs. Bird's head. I quite like this, the fact that it stands up on its own. It's very pre-Raphaelite. Feet, transfer wear. Tiny bird. Willow bird, I think. Cat paw. A bit of a wing. Nice mosaics. This was supposed to be in the Crifters crafting because it looks like snowflakes, but I think I might utilise it in like stars in another picture. It's like this one. I think I'm gonna. This is sort of giving me inspiration. The fact that it's standing. It's giving me inspiration. The fact that this piece of china stands up on its own. That you could have the legs, and then you could like add. I mean, the bird doesn't particularly fit well, but add a torso and a head, so it's like those old-fashioned cards. You know, when you flip a card and it's changed the body, so you could have like a torso and a dog's head, and it would just be stood up. I think that would be quite a funny thing to do. And then there's this. This is quite grand. I think it's probably part of a water heater, maybe. But yeah, it's very, very grand. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but yeah, so some cool bits of china.
You haven't spoken about the best bit of china, though.
Oh, yeah, this bit. This bit is the Freemasons. And I just picked it up because I know a lot of people like the Freemasons. And we've got lots of pipes. Well, we've never found a Freemason. No,
I
you
found
have
two
found
Freemason pipes.
I've never found a Freemason pipe. But it's got an intriguing history, Kate, has it not?
It does, yes. So at the top it says Auction Mar, and I can't really find anything about that.
Sorry, with my arms.
There you go. And then in the middle it says Freemasons Tavern, which was established in 1775 at 61 to 65 Great Queen Street in the West End of London. And as you can imagine, it served as the meeting place for the Freemasons and other notable organisations such as the Anti-Slavery Society that were working to abolish slavery in Britain, which they did, and then they helped to abolish it globally. Also, the British and Foreign Bible Society, the Football Association, the FA, held its first meeting here on the 26th of October in 1863. But this piece of pottery is from a little bit later because it says underneath Criterion. And there was always an issue at the Freemasons Tavern that there wasn't really anywhere to eat, which was sort of important to their meetings. They liked to eat when they had their meetings. So lots of people owned the building. And in 1877, one of the more established commercial catering companies, Spires and Pond, took over the tavern. Formed by Felix Spires and Christopher Pond, both Englishmen, as a successful catering business in the Australian goldfields and responsible for taking the first English cricket team to Australia.
Loads of stuff.
But they built the Criterion Restaurant and Theatre at Piccadilly Circus in 1874. They also catered at the Gaiety Theatre restaurant and the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. They ran the tavern until 1905. So yeah, so that's between 1874 and 1905, but because of where it was found, it's probably late 18.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's just amazing. So much history in that tiny piece of pottery, and you can see the little Freemason symbol. I think it's very cool, and I can't find any pictures of pottery with that on the internet.
Oh.
There's lots of very rare pottery pieces with the picture of the Freemasons Tavern on like a big serving platter, but I can find nothing with that. And I don't know what the auction is. I know the Freemasons, they did before, but it was before Criterion Restaurant was built, but they did a big auction where they sold all of the pottery from the Freemasons Tavern to pay for. So yeah, I don't know, but it was really, really interesting. Just that tiny, there's 4 words and loads of history. The FA, cricket, anti-slavery, just yeah.
Who knows who ate off this plate?
Who knows who ate off that plate? So yeah, that's the interesting piece of pottery that we are very excited about.
So it's very cool. Kate found 2 bottles. One a tiny little blacking pot.
Blacking, yeah.
Because it doesn't have a spout. But we don't find many of them, do we? Not that, we found lots of the bigger ones. Don't find many small ones. And then Kate found this tiny weeny bottle. Look at that.
I think this is one of my favourite bottles we've ever found.
Oh.
It's round and it's so smooth and it's in perfect condition.
How that survived? I have no idea.
Yeah, because it was in like... I just absolutely love it. Oh gosh, I've done it too.
Just keep throwing it around.
It's such a tactile shape. It's got a tiny little flat bit. I wonder what would have been in there.
Smelling salts.
It's just so tactile. It's so smooth. And it's so tiny. And yeah, one of my favourite bottles I've ever found, definitely. Yeah, I like that a lot. Could almost put a tiny cork in it and make it like a pendant.
A clay bead.
It's a marble.
Marble. A clay marble. It's a curiosity really, because then all the mudlarks have said that these possibly are from like blind baking. And we do find a lot of them, and they are very small. I don't know. I think this is a melted marble, which is a shame. Very, very melted. But hey, I quite like it when there's meltedness. And then a beautiful cod marble. And then half a gobby. It's broken.
But it's our first black one.
I know. It's a shame really, it would have been beautiful. And these are our body parts. It's missing one arm because he's about to be used, the arm's about to be used on a new doll coming up in the Christmas, Mudmas. But we found 2 complete tiny legs, almost exactly the same. There's a pair there. And then a row of broken. This one's got a sock. Such a shame. I mean, we can build them. So we will. I will. And I think that's probably another leg. That might be an arm. That might be an arm. So, and then Kate found this tiniest little head. You just thought it was a lump, didn't you?
I thought it was a melted clump of glass, yeah.
You're very good at finding the tiny heads. She's beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's wearing a bonnet. She'll be a good mould.
Mm-hmm.
And then another broken frozen Charlotte. And another broken frozen Charlotte. This one has definitely been in a fire. But we always love even a broken frozen Charlotte, don't we? You've got quite a few now.
I do.
I've only got 2 broken ones. We'll have to put them all together, won't we, and put a picture on Instagram of them all.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a film coming up about Frozen Charlotte, haven't we?
Oh yeah, I suppose they're going to be all in that,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah. Okay, there you go. Again, for Mudmas. And these are our beads. Not as many as on previous trips, but we weren't really concentrating on finding beads. But the blue bead is beautiful. That's a very nice bead. And a white bead. It makes up for some of the ones. No, you haven't watched that film yet. We lost some the other day when we were crafting. Because they're so small. It's easily done. So this makes up. Gives us some more. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about the beads.
A red one, a tiny red one.
And this is our miscellaneous section. But actually these have probably been in the dolls bits.
Yeah, fish sort of.
Some ears. Always got to find an ear. I have a plan for myself for some ears. I'm going to make an ear pot for one of my plants. I thought this was a dice. I really thought this was a dice when I found it. It's such the dimensions of a dice, but as you can see on the bottom, it was a mosaic tile because it's got the cross that would be to grip. So, yeah, it's a bit sad. But maybe I could put a tiny Frozen Charlotte on top of it. Or mount a tiny head. Like that on a piece of wire.
Nice, that would look cute.
Then there's a slate. Marked out. It makes me think it would have been for times tables rather than...
Yeah, on the other side, it's got lines as well. There's a double, maths on one side, English on the other.
Side. How cool is that? We've got a few of those now, haven't we? You always found one. I've never found one. Maybe I just don't bother to look. I think this was probably an old watch chain. It's pretty perished. I don't really know. I mean, I suppose you could do something with the links, maybe. That's quite interesting. And unfortunately, a broken bottle stop. It's very beautiful one, though.
It is beautiful. Yes, so that was that film. We just have to thank all of our wonderful Ko-fi donors. We have been using your donation money to buy all of the things that we needed for our Mudmas Christmas crafting. All sorts of things, but the thing that we've been most excited about, sadly, is this, which is just a card reader for the laptop. But this little munchkin, a couple of months ago, got in one of his zoomy moods and knocked the laptop off the side when one of our memory cards was in it and broke the card reader. So we have been using my old laptop, which the screen with what we used to do all of our, when our channel first started, we used to do all of our editing on a smashed laptop screen because it's the only one that had a Windows Movie Maker, which is what we used to edit our early films. So we've been using that smashed screen to transfer all of the footage off a card and onto a hard drive, which we then use to put onto Mum's laptop, which we now do the editing on. It's still a very old laptop, but we used your wonderful Ko-fi donations to buy some editing software a couple of months ago so we could stop using Windows Movie Maker. So now, thanks to your wonderful donations, we can stop having to do 4 steps to get the footage off of the cameras onto a laptop, which is going to be, because the hard drive we've been using is starting to get a little... Doesn't like it. It corrupts files when we do it, and we've lost some footage. So this is going to be a lifesaver for such a small thing. It's going to make a real difference. And we have you to thank for that. So,
we're also saving for another camera now.
We are also, yes, because the GoPro that we use to film that Mum uses to film her footage in the videos is also starting to... It has issues. Quite often the footage will come out with a big white stripe through the middle of it and it won't be usable, or the files will become corrupted, and you may have noticed there's a slight volume difference. Yeah. Sound issue with the GoPro as well, with mine and Mum's footage. Before we had the new editing software, you also couldn't turn footage up independently on Movie Maker, so we had to do that in a cheap, free thing, which also took hours to change the volume of any of the footage. So again, we have to thank you for the editing software, because
It's amazing we made any films at all.
it's amazing that we managed it, but yes, it's all becoming much, much easier, and it's all thanks to you. So yeah, the saving for a new camera, there's still a ways to go before it's a nice, seamless editing process. But yes, we have all of you wonderful people to thank. So yeah, thank you. And we'll see you on Thursday. Bye!